So unit finance, it's a lot more than just keeping track of your dues and making sure your units keep paying it. You need to plan a budget. It's a plan for receiving and spending money year at a time, either for the charter or the program. You need to estimate your expenses through your unit year. So not just for the month, your money has to last the entire year. Use your past expenses for a guide. Like last year, you spent $40 on camp fees. Great. You can estimate you're going to spend $40 plus a little bit more because everything gets a little bit more expensive. A scout is thrifty. A unit pays for its own program. The BSA does have fiscal policies and procedures. We do have a printout for that if you need that. These are budgeting templates if you need to have a template because your unit's never done a template. I found these on scouting.org and file store at Scouting. So you got a troop budget, a Cub Scout budget, and how to build a budget if you just never built a budget before and need help doing that. Funding a unit, we'd prefer you guys to sell your camp cards and our popcorn. Camp cards are a great selling item, especially it was a little harder this year because we couldn't go out and sell them, but people like the camp cards. So, and popcorn. The additional sources that's approved by council are money earning application. It's meant to supplement, not fund your unit. The application needs to be submitted 2 weeks prior to your fundraiser. Refer to your BSA's guide to money earning projects. Please teach your scouts that they can earn money in other ways to pay their own way. Like our troop, we do our fundraisers, and if they're doing like we're doing camp cards, the scouts earn their 50%, and they use that to pay their way to summer camp. Anything that's not popcorn or camp cards needs to be approved before it happens. And here's where you can find your money earning application. It's easy to fill out. It's not hard at all. My Eagle Scout filled out one for his project, and he was 15 at the time. So if a 15-year-old can do it, we can do it. And like I said, you need to do the fundraising application for Eagle Scout projects. You must have it before you start fundraising for your Eagle Scout project. Contributions from the candidate, from parents or relatives, you don't have to have a money earning application if that's how you get your funds for your Eagle Scout. Your checking accounts, all unit funds should be deposited into a bank account that belongs to your unit, not to a person. So, and your committee chair should always be one of your signatories. Banks require a tax ID number to open a checking account. Usually units get that from their chartered org, so they will give that to you. State sales tax, we're most of the time exempt from that. Some stores, Costco, Sam's, Walmart, will require a letter saying that you are tax exempt before you can take advantage of that. This is something I, as a person in a unit that does accept money, because I'm the membership chair, I didn't realize until last year. I was accepting money and I wasn't giving people receipts. You should, if you're accepting money for anything in the unit, you should give them a receipt so you know what you got and they know what they paid. I couldn't find a BSA reimbursements form, so you might have to get creative and make your own, so you just used the PTA one. Have a form so you know what you're reimbursing people for, so your treasurer's not going, oh, what's this receipt from bonds? I don't know what it's for, and it gets lost. So this will keep your records straight. And this is very important. You cannot solicit funds as a unit. That is the duty of council. So we can't go look, we can't do GoFundMe, we can't apply for grants and things like that. That is through council. There is campership funds. There is money available. We can help your scouts get to camp. There is no fun in scouting if we can't get out, which is a little bit strange right now, but we will get out in the future. You need to keep your financial records for your unit for 3 years. So please keep your records, keep them clean. Here's all your steps for opening a checking account. It's also We have a file for that, and it tells you how to open a checking account for your unit. And this is how you can open an account at council, so you can have money to pay for fees that come through council. And we are done with that. I know I went really fast. This is something that you need, but I didn't want to take forever because financing and banking is not something everybody's passionate about, but we need to know. So if you have questions, just email me. I'm on the website, so you can get a hold of me, or if you can't find me, you can definitely find Nancy or Tim, and they'll get me a question and I will answer any of your questions.
If you're a unit and you're considering an ATM card, what's your advice?
I wouldn't. Most of the guidelines through BSA is they want 2 signatories. So the ATM card would make it too easy for one person to have access to the money. And I know we are trustworthy, we are scouts, but money makes some people crazy. So I wouldn't do a ATM card.
Let's see. Paul has a great question about Venmo and PenPal. So Tim, you know me, I'm a Luddite. I'm still
Okay,
on
I would say
flip phone.
no. Again, Venmo and PayPal are single person transfers of money, just like an ATM. If you know the 4 digits and you know for your ATM card, somebody can pull money. The idea behind BSA finances is that they were always clear and transparent to all our parents. Anybody who's giving us money, we want to be able to tell them that we got it, what we did with it, and have clear records. And part of that is if you make a transaction, if money changes hands going out, not coming in, but going out, make sure that there are 2 signatures, 2 people know about it. It's really easy for a unit bank account. In fact, happened just last year. Somebody came to me and said, I don't know what happened, but my unit doesn't have any money in their account. In fact, we're overdrawn, but we don't know what happened. And it turns out they had an ATM card. Same thing with Venmo. The problem with Venmo and things like that is it's one person. It's not 2 people. It's one person assigning money.
National guidelines talk about having a yearly audit, or at least when your treasurer changes, you have an audit so you know where the money went and that everything's healthy. So that's something you might want to think about for each of your units, to find an auditor and say, hey, you're going to check the accounts once a year. Just like I said, we are scouts and we are trustworthy, but trust but verify.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And if you're a CPA, I want to assure you that's little a audit, not big A audit. And I want to remind you that all of your unit assets, whether it's your bank account or the physical things that you use, like your Pinewood Derby track or your camping gear, those belong to your chartered organization. So when you want somebody to review your books, that is a great opportunity to work with your chartered organization's treasurer. When Jody had a question about minimum or maximum that troops should have in your accounts, again, I would use the policies that are by your chartered org. Kyung is asking whether checks are the only option. I've heard different approaches to this. Tim, I know in my troop, if something needs to be charged, one of our subcommittee chairs charges it and submits for reimbursement to the troop. We don't actually have a troop credit card. So, Kyung, hopefully that answers your question there.